everybody, this is the thejonnymar, and I am continuing with DuckTales for the NES. So in my last episode, we took on the first three stages of the game, Transylvania, the Himalayas, and of course the moon as well. And so we have two stages left to do, and that is the African mines as well as the Amazon. So we'll start with the African mines. There's some interesting enemies here, and we're actually going to find one of our nephews up here. And he's going to tell us that we need to find a key in order to progress through this keyhole. Apparently all mines are locked with a key. So we have to head back to Transylvania. We have to pogo up. You'll notice there are no treasure chests, Webby isn't there, and even the heads aren't on the statues. And if you go all the way through the level and you get to the boss room, you actually will just automatically teleport out of this level. So basically they've designed it to not let you pick up any extra money towards your total. But it is interesting that they make you go back to Transylvania there. And we are going to be heading back to Transylvania again after we finish the 5 main levels of the game. But now that we have the key, we can progress into the African mines and continue to collect treasure. We want to get the best ending in the game, and in order to do that, we have to get $10 million, and we also have to find the 2 hidden treasures of the game. We found one in the moon level, and we have one more to go, which is actually located here in the African mines. So these little buckets here of coal, or crates, can actually usually be hit, and typically they'll have gems inside of them. Most of the enemies in this level aren't terrible, but the bats are an exception. We're going to use our invincibility here to kill them all. This is a very winding level that progresses left and right and then up and down as well. We have Mrs. Beakley here giving us food for days. We're going to get some extra noms here, and then we're going to progress across these ducks jumping out of the nether regions, the void, and come all the way over here to the right and find the hidden treasure, such as it is. And so we get a golden ring worth another $1 million, or money, whatever the currency is in this universe. And if you progress down that chain, you actually will get a shortcut to the end boss of this level. But we're not going to do that. Because again, I want to show off as much of the level as I possibly can, and also collect as much, hi Mrs. Beakley, as much money as I possibly can. There's a lot of secrets in this level, and they actually did quite a bit in the remaster as well to add extra stuff to the level. Now this is not another hidden treasure, no, it's just an extra 1-up. So we'll grab a few more gems, and we're not going to head down this chain here because there's actually a way to progress that connects by going down this chain. So we have a little ball here that is going to crush us. We can jump over it. I find it very difficult to break these stones without getting hit by the ball, so I usually take at least one hit there. And this level is the beginning of some of the most annoying enemies in the game, which are these flowers. So I guess Venus-like fly traps. As far as I know, they cannot be killed unless you hit something onto them, and they will snap at you, grab you, and knock you aside. So we want to activate these invisible, treasure chests here. Try to get around this guy. Ow. This is going well, isn't it? Down to 1 life. Okay, and then we're just going to let that money go because there's another 1-up over here. Now you can decide if it's worth it to get that 1-up or not, or just collect the treasure and not take all the pain that I took. Down to 1 hit now. We'll see if we can still get through the level here. This area is really annoying because you have to progress across these little pits of water that are instant death if you fall in them, and they have these ducks jumping out of them. And it's hard to time the jumps correctly to get across, and if you don't know where the ducks are, they will jump out and hit you, cause you to freeze due to the damage, and then these bats are annoying too, and then they'll knock you into the pit, and you will take an instant death. But here we have Launchpad. So we're going to take him up on his offer, exit the level, and then I will meet you back here in a little bit. So we are back, and we're going to head down the chain here, continue on with the level, jump over a few more plants, and then we have our nephews. They don't really say anything. In the remaster, they say something like, Uncle Scrooge, come with us, and then we just drop them into a pit. Thanks a lot, guys. You helped out a bunch. But we are only at 2 hits here. We just have a little bit further to go. We're gonna hit this ball and... Okay, I wasn't expecting that. It's supposed to hit that treasure chest up there. But oh well. Sometimes the physics in this game gets a little wonky. We can't get that life, even though I would like it. And so we're just gonna grab these gems and continue onward. And we're also going to meet with Webbigail after we take out this Beagle Boy. And she will let us know that there is a seesaw here. So use the seesaw, Uncle Scrooge. And we're just gonna fly over all of these pits and hold to the left so we don't land on that little snail guy. Now we're gonna go up the chain slowly because there are gems that appear intermittently as you progress up the chain. If we drop off to the right here, there's another gem. And at the top here is actually where you'll drop down if you use that shortcut to the boss from earlier when we got the hidden treasure. So you'll be able to get past the rest of the level. And sometimes these bats, as you can see, just kind of get stuck, and I don't know if they're phased into the floor or what it is, but they will not allow you to actually hit them, and they'll keep damaging you. But here we go with the boss of the African mines. So this is the Slime King, as some call him, or the Terra Firm King, or Terra Firmy King. It's from an episode of the show. Pretty easy to beat. Just jump on him a couple of times, keep jumping over him as he rolls at you, and you will eventually beat him. And you will unlock the special treasure of this particular level. And that was the giant diamond of the inner earth. So that should take us above 8 million. We have one more level to go. And Launchpad is in the last level, which is the Amazon. So we only need about 500,000 money in order to get to about 9 million. And then that will allow us to get to the 10 million that we need. So there's a lot of money in this level. This is one of my least favorite levels in the game, simply because, again, it has some areas where you can drop into pits and die instantly, and those are my least favorite aspects of this game. So we have more of these plants that will snap at you. We have multiple levels we can go through. We're going to hit this little stepstone over to the left, and then progress on this statue to a secret area. And you might think, okay, we found our secret area. Let's head back to the right. But you would be wrong, because there is another secret area to the left here. Now we do have a 7, but I do not think I'll be able to get to Launchpad holding onto that 7. So we're just not going to worry about it for the bonus minigame. Maybe we'll get lucky and still get the bonus minigame by the time we get to Launchpad. And 9 is the maximum of extra lives you can have. So basically, it doesn't matter if you collect any more at this point. Now this area is obnoxious because you have to be really good at dropping your pogo and reactivating it, and I tend to just take a lot of hits when I go through here. I'm gonna try, oh yeah, let's just progress through. Usually I take 2 hits there. Not terrible, but certainly a little annoying. So that's the southern route, and now we're gonna head back to the left and grab a few more gems that are on this upper level that we started on. And then these annoying bees. The Medusa heads of this particular franchise. Now this was not made by the Castlevania creators. Oh no, it was made by a lot of the people who actually worked on Mega Man. But they must have learned from Castlevania, because they did create some enemies that are very much like the Medusas and some of the other annoying enemies of that game. So those bees look easy, but again, they can come at different heights, and you can unexpectedly run into them. So we're going to grab a couple more gems over here, and then we're going to activate that chest there, which has an invincibility in it, and then we're just going to rush through and kill all these enemies as Scrooge gets his steps in for the day. And now we're getting close to the most annoying aspect of this level. Not these bees, although they are certainly pretty annoying. Grab the vine there, good job. Oh no, I missed. Fell all the way down. But no, at the top here, when we progress to the left, we're gonna grab a little health power-up over here first. But there are more bees, and there are also some pits here. And to get across one particular aspect of this pit, we are going to need Launchpad and his helicopter. So he is over here with the helicopter. We want to drop off to avoid that bee. And that is what we needed him for, was just to get across that space. And this is also annoying because these blocks actually fall. And I find that if I try to run across without pogoing, I typically fall into the pit. Now we're going to head up to the north, and there's Launchpad. Before we talk to him, we're going to grab one more red gem. And then we are not going to take him up on his offer just yet, because there is another hidden area just to the left here with some more treasure. Let's grab that treasure, and then we will talk to Launchpad and exit the level. And we got a 7, which means we can do the bonus game again. So I will exit out, do the bonus game, and I will meet you back here after I'm finished. So see you in a bit. So this next little area is really obnoxious because, again, I'm just not the greatest at pogoing. You got to do a sudden pogo here, which, again, I just am not good at. So I just take the hits. You can use that treasure chest to bounce up, or you can actually use the enemy who is throwing the spears. And this takes you to a little hidden area that is a shortcut to the boss. If you drop down there through that vine. We're not going to be doing that. We want to continue on and finish the level the quote-unquote normal way. So these little spear throwers are easily dealt with this invincibility up here. So we'll kill all the spiders and also the spear throwers and get to the end of this particular part of the level. And then there's a statue that will say, if you want to progress, you need to pay me 300,000 money. Well, I don't have 300,000 money. So what am I going to do? I can't progress. Well, I'm just going to bring a guy on here and bounce on his head. And that will allow me to not pay the money and continue to progress. What a great tip. Thank you. So we'll grab a little bit more money. Another one up that does not help us. And that'll officially take us over enough money now to get to 10 million. And take on the boss, which is named Zarduk, some people say. Also named the Incan Statue or the Incan Sentinel. He will jump and land on the ground, and if you are on the ground, it will stun you temporarily. But you just gotta jump and bounce off his head, and eventually you will take him out. And then we get the Scepter of the Incan King. So there we go. All 5 levels completed. That'll take us above 10 million. All land is clear. What's happening to our treasure? Apparently it's being vacuumed out by our arch enemy. And that is, of course, Flintheart Glomgold. He says if you want him back, you gotta come to Dracula Duck's castle. So now we have to go through Transylvania yet again. It's similar to when we came here before from the African mines. The level is minus any power-ups or any gems, and we just have to get to the end to take on the boss. At least it's a different boss. And while we're doing that, I'm going to talk a little bit about the endings. So there are 3 endings in this game. There's the normal ending, which you get for having anywhere from $1 to 9,999,999, just under 10 million. And you haven't necessarily found the hidden treasures, the 2 of them. There is the best ending that you get for having at least 10 million and having found the 2 hidden treasures. And then there is the worst ending, which I'm also going to be showing off at the end. Before I talk about that, let's take on Dracula Duck here. So he will disappear and reappear and drop down a bat, and you have to pogo off of the bat and land on Dracula Duck. And you do want to wait, because if you try pogoing too early, the bat will actually fly up much higher and make it hard for you to bounce off of it. So wait for the bat to sort of get into its little pattern, and then pogo off of it. But to get the worst ending, you actually have to end with $0. And you might say, well, how is that possible? Well, to do it, you basically have to collect nothing throughout the entire level. You have to get to the boss of each level with 0 money. And then you have to beat the boss and not grab the treasure until the counter for the time is down below 10 seconds. So 9 seconds or less. and then you won't get any money from the timer. And you also have to get one hidden treasure, so that'll take you to 6 million gold, or money, as we beat Dracula Duck. And then we have to face Flintheart himself, and Magica, who is apparently green this time. And we have to race him to the top to get to the treasure, which is very easy. Just jump on the rope, climb up, and you will beat him, as long as you jump off and grab the treasure. But then what you need to do is when you do take on Dracula Duck, with your 6 million gold that you should have at the end of the game, as we get the quote-unquote best ending here, Scrooge sitting on a bunch of money, you need to use a secret little ability that's in the game, which is if you press select when you are damaged, you'll actually restore all of your health at the cost of $3 million. So you need to do that twice in the level when taking on Dracula Duck, for example. That'll take you down to 0, and then you can finish the game with $0 left. And that is how you get the worst ending in the game. So we got the best ending. I'm not sure what the nephews did. They didn't really do anything except fall into a pit and get captured by the Beagle Boys. But thank you for your help, nonetheless. But now I'm going to show off the other two endings as well, the normal ending and the bad ending. And I do want to say thank you for watching, viewers, and the continued support. I really do appreciate it, and I'll see you all in my next series. So long! Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please press like and leave a comment below. Please also subscribe to my channel and press the notification bell. See you next time.